of the U.S. Navy, particularly the Nimitz-Class, and the newer Gerald R. Ford class, are pivotal to America's global military strategy. These carriers are not only symbols of military might, but are also highly effective platforms for projecting power worldwide. Each one is essentially a floating city, capable of deploying air assets, supporting thousands of sailors, and engaging in combat operations for extended periods without needing to refuel. Nimitz-Class Carriers. The Nimitz class is the backbone of the U.S. Navy's aircraft carrier fleet. The first ship in this class, USS Nimitz, CVN-68, was commissioned in 1975. There are currently 10 active Nimitz-class carriers, making them the largest and most heavily armed ships in the Navy. These carriers are nuclear-powered, meaning they can operate for around 20 years without refueling, and have a lifespan of over 50 years. Nimitz-class carriers can house about 60-80 aircraft, including F/A-18 Super Hornets, A-2 Hawkeyes, and various helicopters. Their ability to carry diverse air assets makes them incredibly versatile in combat. They are designed for endurance, capable of staying at sea for extended periods while conducting air and sea operations without relying on external fuel. Gerald R. Ford Class Carriers. The Gerald R. Ford class, named after the 38th U.S. President, represents the next generation of U.S. Navy carriers, with significant advancements over the Nimitz class. The lead ship, USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, was commissioned in 2017. The Ford class introduces a range of technological innovations, including the Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, EMALS, which replaces the older steam catapult systems, allowing for more efficient and smoother aircraft launches. Another key feature is its advanced arresting gear, designed to recover aircraft more safely and effectively. The Ford class also includes enhanced radar and sensor systems, greater automation, and improved reactor designs that generate more power, making them future-proof for emerging technologies like lasers and railguns. Ford class carriers are designed to require less maintenance, lower operating costs, and reduce the number of sailors needed for operation. Despite their size, they carry roughly the same number of aircraft as the Nimitz class, but can launch and recover them faster, increasing operational tempo in combat situations. Combat and operations history. U.S. Navy nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, particularly from the Nimitz class, have been involved in virtually every major U.S. military operation since the Cold War. Their presence has been a decisive factor in numerous conflicts and humanitarian operations. Cold War deterrence. During the Cold War, Nimitz-class carriers were instrumental in deterring Soviet aggression. Their ability to carry nuclear-capable aircraft and their global reach made them a central pillar of the U.S. nuclear deterrence strategy. Carriers like the USS Nimitz patrolled strategic areas such as the Mediterranean and the Pacific, signaling U.S. readiness to respond to any Soviet moves. Gulf War, 1990-1991. During Operation Desert Storm, nuclear-powered carriers played a key role in the air campaign against Iraq. The USS Theodore Roosevelt, CVN-71, and USS Ranger, CV-61, among others, launched hundreds of airstrikes against Iraqi forces, targeting strategic military positions, communication centers, and key infrastructure. The carrier's ability to operate in the Persian Gulf without relying on foreign air bases was crucial in sustaining the tempo of operations. War on Terror, 2001-present. In the aftermath of the 9/11 attacks, U.S. carriers became a critical asset in the global war on terror. Nimitz-class carriers, such as the USS Enterprise, CVN-65, launched the first retaliatory strikes during Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. Aircraft from these carriers conducted precision airstrikes against Taliban and Al-Qaeda forces, providing close air support to ground troops. During Operation Iraqi Freedom, 2003, carriers like the USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72, and USS Kitty Hawk, CV-63, were pivotal in the initial shock and awe campaign that targeted Iraqi military installations. Over 800 carrier-based sorties were flown in just the first few days of the invasion, demonstrating the overwhelming firepower that U.S. Navy carriers bring to the battlefield. Humanitarian and disaster relief. Nuclear-powered carriers are not just for combat, they also play a major role in humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. Following the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, the USS Abraham Lincoln was deployed to provide aid to affected countries. The carrier's helicopters flew thousands of relief missions, delivering food, water, and medical supplies to remote areas. In 2010, after the devastating Haiti earthquake, the USS Carl Vinson, CVN-70, arrived to support humanitarian efforts. Its aircraft delivered aid, and the carrier's onboard medical facilities treated hundreds of injured survivors. Future roles and significance. The strategic role of nuclear-powered carriers will continue to evolve as threats change and technology advances. Carriers are now being outfitted with F-35C Lightning II stealth fighters, adding to their air superiority capabilities, with the Gerald R. Ford class providing a technological edge and more flexibility. These carriers are well positioned to address modern threats, including the rise of anti-access, area denial, A2AD strategies by near-peer competitors like China and Russia. Furthermore, as drone technology and unmanned systems advance, U.S. carriers are expected to integrate more unmanned combat aerial vehicles, UCAVs, which can extend the reach of carrier-based air operations and reduce risks to human pilots. Conclusion: U.S. Navy nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, like those in the Nimitz and Gerald R. Ford classes, are critical instruments of American military power. Their ability to operate without refueling for decades, launch a wide range of air missions, and support both military and humanitarian operations makes them indispensable, from combat in the Gulf War to relief efforts in natural disasters. These carriers have consistently demonstrated their strategic value, ensuring U.S. dominance on the seas for decades to come. Thank you for watching my video. For more